Hey guys, it's Tiffany Dean Cosplay here, and in today's video I will be showing you guys the Avengers Infinity War Black Widow costume that I actually purchased from AliExpress. Those that have been following me on Facebook or Instagram may remember that I uploaded a picture of me wearing that exact costume. I'm not one that normally buys costume. Those who followed me for a while know that I make majority of my own things, but I thought, nah, I want to have a bucket ton of fun. I want to just buy some costumes so I can wear them. So I'm going to show you guys the actual costume. Like, I'll take each bit out of the bag, show you guys, explain what I think of it, and things that I'll probably end up modifying as well. Yeah, now I know I did say that I'm looking at doing budget-friendly options for people as well, if you want to buy things and modify them and sort of on the lower end of the budget scale. This one does not, I believe, classify as a budget-friendly option. That being said, for the quality of it, I think it would be really, really difficult to find one in that price range, whether you have somebody commission it or you make one yourself. So with that being said, I'll show you guys the costume and then I'll put it on afterwards. Yeah, and layer up so you guys can see each bit, and yeah, hopefully it helps you guys decide whether or not you want to go down this avenue of buying one. So yeah, anyway, on to it. So this is a costume. It's Cell. It came in a much smaller bag than this, and I have no idea how they squeeze it in such a tiny bag, because I actually did go for the option where you can get boots as well. You probably could save yourself about $50 if you decide not to get the boots. I just figured for myself, it's probably going to be really hard to find a pair of boots and totally modify them to be relatively screen accurate for that kind of money or less. So I just thought, stuff it, I'm buying the boots too. I was being super, I just wanted everything ready in one go, basically. So let's start. So each bit came in its own little package. So this is all the armor and so forth. That's all together. It just, if anybody buys this, just take note. It smells pretty weird. Like, it's got a real chemically type smell. I'm assuming that will go away over time, but it really kind of lingers. So these are the boots folded over. I'll obviously take everything out, but I'm just showing you guys how it arrived. We've got the vest. Bodysuit. I have actually already put the belt on here. The belt did come not already in the little loopy bits, but purely just for ease and laziness, I just kept it on there. So I may as well start with bodysuit and show you guys what it's like. I was actually really, really impressed with the overall quality of this costume. Given the price, I was really worried, and I'd never bought from AliExpress before. I hadn't bought from AliExpress before, and luckily a friend of mine, StarfirePhoenix, on Instagram, for those that want to give her a follow, which I recommend you do, I know she had already bought one of these from Fairytail land on AliExpress, so I did shoot her a couple of messages just asking, you know, what she thought of it, the time frame and so forth, and if the sizing was accurate, which luckily it was. Going by the measurements, I bought this in a size small, and it fits perfect, like absolutely perfect. And the seller is amazing. They send you measurements once they've made it just to confirm everything's correct. So yeah, the sizing seems to be true to what is on their ad. I don't know. Yeah, it's like eBay. Close enough. So yeah, this is the bodysuit, and the thing I love about it, it's got the piping in it, it's got the different textures, and it's got some give. It's got a decent amount of give. It's not super thin, so you can kind of hold everything in place, which I know probably a lot of us really, really want. Yeah, so it's a full-length bodysuit. The feet, they have holes in them, so you poke your feet through. Yeah, so that's the bodysuit, and this is a belt. It's got these little loops here are for you to attach the weapons holsters on here. It just clips together like so, and then The good thing with the belt, it's actually adjustable. So here, this is actually Velcro on the inside, so you can curve it around and have it as the adjustment that you want. The belt loops are sewn into the actual bodysuit, which at first I thought, oh yeah, you know, that's a really cool idea. It keeps a belt where ideally it should sit. Like I don't know if any of you guys have done the same thing, but you know, you sit down, and especially in armored belts, they ride up, you've got to mush them back down when you stand up, and it can get super frustrating. This can help stop that from happening. That being said, these are really quite flimsy, and I'd be terrified it's just kind of detached anyway. So yeah, you could totally remove those, keep them on, whatever floats your boat basically. But yeah, there's probably really not much I would do to anything on the bodysuit or the belt. I made the belt loops and remove them and then just wrap around the belt at some stage. I'm not 100%. I'll see how they go when it's been worn a few times. One thing to take note, this is super, super warm. So if you're wearing this in the middle of summer, especially here in Australia, you are going to roast within probably 30 seconds. I tried this on very briefly for the really quick, really bad quality photos that I took, and I was sweating like instantly. That is the bodysuit, which is, there we go. So I'll put that on shortly so you guys can see it anyway. Okay, this is the vest. And again, this is really, really beautiful quality. It's lined with like a satin type fabric, which I was really surprised with. I kind of just thought it was going to be really thin and flimsy, but it's surprisingly not. Now the thing to take note, and this is where looking at the measurements is really important for getting the suit to fit. This fabric, the black stuff, has stretch, but this is like a cottony type fabric and there is no stretch whatsoever here. So it doesn't actually stretch this way, like at all. There is no give there. So you're going to want to make sure you get your measurements spot on when you're doing this. I do find they sit a tad tight around the neck, whether that's just me and...
I could be a really weird size and shape, which I probably am, to be honest.
Yeah, it's got like a little symbol on the zip, which you guys probably are going to focus. These are just like a faux vinyl leather, so you could absolutely replace those if you wanted to, or put metal or something on there, or something a bit sturdier. It's totally up to you. These all unclip, and it obviously just zips up. So that is best.
I do find it a touch big in that boob area, but I have like no boobs basically, so if anybody buys one and has that hassle, just wear a second bra. Third, you know, if you got big boobs, you're probably be fine anyway.
So that's the vest. Alright, so onto the boots. So yeah, these obviously are an optional thing. I wanted them purely for keeping everything relatively accurate. So they're actually surprisingly good quality. They've got a proper treaded heel. They do ask you for the circumference of your calf in regards to, I think, getting them to fit right. I think I gave the measurements that were slightly too big because I had really fat fluffy socks on, and I have pretty skinny legs anyway, so these are a bit big, but that doesn't worry me. I'm fine with that. But other than that, they're really good with the sizing. The quality is quite nice, and yeah, I'm really impressed with them. They're comfy, so I think, yeah, they'll be fine to wear overall. So that's the boots. These are the gloves. So they're all like a stretch pleather on one side, and they are fabric and pleather on the other side. They're quite thin and flimsy, but when they're on, they don't actually look too bad, and not the best, but absolutely not the worst. They do the job absolutely fine. The weapons holsters, they're all made of a pretty thin, I'm pretty sure it will be a faux leather. I don't for a second think it's genuine leather. So these are the bits that obviously attach to the loops that I showed you on the belt before, and they're just like a press stud type thing that clips into place around your legs. They just fasten, they actually just slide. They're not a full-on buckle as such, they just slide and then slide through the other end. It's pretty stiff leather, or fake leather, Whether it will soften up with more uses, I'm assuming it would to a degree. But yeah, and you know, obviously it's all a bit flat because it's been squished in for packaging and things like that. You've got your little props and so forth in there. It'll probably not look too bad pretty quick. So that's one of them, and here's the other one. Same kind of deal. Just a clip at the top. A prop holder there. And they're just at the back. They're not lined or anything. You probably could add some felt or something on there if you wanted to. At this stage, there's probably not much I'm going to do with them either. You know, they look fine. So the wrist braces. These are just Velcro fasteners, obviously. So they obviously just loop around. Again, it's just that faux leather type fabric. I will put some dowels or something similar in these just to pad them out a bit because you can tell there's nothing in there, and yeah, this is quite soft, so I'm assuming a dowel or some kind should fit in there. I may 3D print, like remove this bit and 3D print one at some stage, but again, it looks fine. It does a job. There's not a lot you have to do to them. The shoulder pieces come like this. They're quite flexible, which I actually really like because for maneuverability, if these are made out of a thermoplastic or 3D printed, they're probably going to be quite rigid, and you know, if you're moving your arms up and down, I like that they're really soft and bendable. But I think these look great. They look good on. The only thing that I probably would change, I'll add a strap to go under the arm here, is there's nothing to hold this down, and because I've got quite little arms, they kind of slide down a little bit, so they've got elastic at the end here, which obviously goes down here on your arm. Overall, other than the strap up here, again, there's probably not much I would do with these. So then we've got elbow pads and knee pads. So these are the elbow pads, and again, they're nice and flexible too, which again I like, especially at such a maneuverable part of the body. These bend really nice. They're just elastic. These are probably a fraction too big for me with my little piddly arms, but there's probably not really much I do with these. They're somewhat padded in here, like they feel really comfy on. It's nice and squidgy. The knee pads are pretty much the exact same as the elbow ones. Again, nice and flexible, just with elastic to keep them up. Squidgy at the back. Again, they really don't need much doing, if anything. This is a costume you could absolutely do nothing with and it's going to look fine. Now, the only bit that I think is really weird is the back piece that holds her stick type weapons. I will admit that I am not good with threading thread stuff into these to get them to stay. But this thing is what I'd probably change. I don't mind the back piece too much in that it's nice and flexible, but these straps, you can see through them. They're super thin and flimsy. And I would probably put them on here properly, so because these clips do actually work. They work fine, so that I think the goal is that it's attached down here and then you just unclip them and you can resize them as and when you need to. So this I probably will definitely revisit at some point and just adjust the strapping method if I don't do anything with this. This is another piece that I may 3D print at some stage when I figure out how to use my 3D printer, and that entails getting out of the box to begin with. It's still just sat there in its box. The priority at the moment is just definitely upgrading the straps on this because they're real weird. So that concludes the first part. So now I'm going to put each piece on and just explain what they all are. So I'll be back soon. Okay guys, so this is the bodysuit. Unbelievably, it actually just broke on me. The zip totally detached, but I managed to put it on. So hopefully it stays together. So other than the really dark lighting, which I apologise for, this is the bodysuit. And as you can see, I totally missed the belt loops here, but they're pretty low anyway. Yeah, it overall fits really quite nice. again, there's absolutely nothing I would even worry about changing with this, other than obviously fixing my zip. But you know, stuff happens, so that's fine. I wouldn't think that would normally happen. So yeah, I've obviously already got the belt on, which is totally fine. So I'll show you the straps. So these, I hope you guys can see. I do apologise for the lighting. So they're just these little metal-y kind of things, and they just zip through there and fasten like so. So you guys can't see, but I'm just strapping the leg piece down. Yeah, you guys probably can't see that very well. But that's a leg strap. Done. So the other one works in the exact same way. So you can see these little bits down here. So these you actually can put wherever you want, and this is why I actually did keep it on. Yeah, it saves having to take the belt on and off and then try and get this where it needs to sit. So yeah, this is removable. You can put them wherever you want. So again, I'm just strapping.
Now, if you're like me and you have real skinny little legs, you'll probably have quite a bit of excess on the straps that you may want to cut off if you want.
Oh yeah. So that's that one there.
Here's my really bad balance.
So that's how that goes.
And now we're in the knee pads.
Alright, so the knee pads. They literally just slide over your feet. Balance. And they just sit on your knees, like so. Again, I could probably have these a bit tighter, but for most people I'm sure they're going to be fine. And at the end of the day, if they're a bit tight, you can just fold over your elastic and sew it down if you need to. So that's, oh yeah.
Yeah, my balance is sucking today.
So yeah, that's another knee pad, done and dusted. Now for the booties. They have just Velcro and a zip. They're super floppy, so yeah, just bear that in mind. So as you can see, that's my leg here. So they're a bit gapey, but again, they look fine. I'm happy with them. Apologise, I can't fit all of me in here. This is pretty much as far back as I can go. Yeah, hopefully one day I have a bit more space when it comes to doing videos like this. So you can tighten it a little bit with the Velcro, but not much. So that's the second boot. So that's the bottom half on. So then we have the elbow pads. And again, just elastic. They just slide up and over and around. Booyah. That's elbow pads. So I might put the vest on and not zip it up just yet before I put the other pieces on. Probably actually should have put the shoulders on first, but you know, I don't make things easy for myself. So the shoulders again, but yeah, should have put these on before the elbows, but you know, that's what normal people would do, and clearly
I'm not normal today.
So this is on me, they don't attach up here. So for me, just a strap holding them down would be a lot better. Especially for me, they don't stay under there either. Tuck it under. because I find that they fall down quite a bit. I don't know if other people have that issue. So yeah, that's definitely a pretty quick upgrade I would do. I'm not going to put this on because you guys will be kacking yourselves like how long it would take me to do this. But yeah, obviously it would just go around the back and they would strap on. So they look fine when they're on. I'll zip up. And yeah, you can either zip it up all the way. You don't have to. I choose not to purely. Like it fastens and it actually, that's what it would be. Fastened like so. But I just, you know, whatever you prefer is totally fine. So that's the vest. And then these pieces, they just Velcro. Like so. So this is a costume. Like I said, I'm stoked with the quality overall. It fits, like I'm stoked with how it fits. I did not think a costume that I bought online would fit this good straight out of the bag. So I've done absolutely nothing with it at this stage. So yeah, as I said, I'll be fixing up the straps on the back piece. I'll definitely be adding upper straps to keep these under here.
Because that just would not be practical in battle if these just kept from detaching like they are.
But other than that, there's really not much I would do. I'm going to look at 3D printing some of her weapons again when the 3D printer's up and running, which realistically could be quite a long time. So yeah, again, this is from Fairytail Land, from AliExpress, in the size small, and this is how it fits. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those who haven't seen the endgame trailers, definitely check those out. Amazing. I don't know if my heart is ready, but it's gonna have to be. So yeah, I will get the zip fixed, which luckily you guys can't tell. It actually detached from the start of the zip and the thing.
The whole thing just totally fell off.
You can get this with a blue vest if that's what you prefer. Yeah, I'll get this with the green vest. The boots, optional extra. Yeah, so again, this isn't what I classify as a budget-friendly costuming alternative, but as you guys can see, the quality and the fit is really good. Once I've made some upgrades, I will either do a video or you guys will see pictures for those that are following me on Facebook or Instagram. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Sorry that I ramble on a bit. YouTube videos are still really new to me, and I know I still kind of suck epically at them, but thank you so much to those who are subscribing. Thank you to those who are asking questions and making comments, who are following me on the social media network. I love all of you guys. I appreciate that you guys take the time to subscribe and watch what I do. Yeah, stay tuned. I've obviously got more videos coming on the way. After this one, it will probably be the Alex Drasser time-lapse or Aqua, depending which I can get to first. I know Kingdom Hearts is still quite new, the third game. I wanted to get this one out in case people are wanting to start to cosplay Black Widow in anticipation of Endgame coming out in April. So yeah, anyway, if you guys have any questions, just shoot me a comment. I'll try and link everything in the description box for those who want to purchase this costume so you guys can know where I got it from. I'll obviously be getting a wig because my hair is just way too long to be able to do this without that. I'm getting really hot already. So I'll link everything in the description box, assuming YouTube doesn't decide there's some weird bracket in there it doesn't want. So yeah, Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. If it's night, I hope you have an amazing night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks guys, bye!
It's not really this awkward, but I am a lefty and I'm trying to do this like spectrum.
Look at the boot.
That way. Just that is paint on my nails. So we're looking at at the minute. So yeah, that's what that is. It's from AliExpress, but it's from Fairytail and AliExpress. Clearly one of those days today. I haven't actually bought my God, I haven't bought that.